You're a freaking nerd, but you're hot. Let's get this over with. Come on, we don't have all night. You demand that he surrender his beauty to you. Not again. I simply cannot go anywhere without someone demanding such things from me. I demand the booty, Astaroth. Get me the damn booty. He studies you quietly before sighing again. Fine. I suppose I have no plans for this evening. I get the booty! How's it going, everyone? My name is Lionel, and welcome to Blood for the Blood God. Look, I'm a simple man, okay? I see hot demons, and I simp. Very simple. I am very, very easy to please. So anyway, let's get right into it, because I can't stand waiting any longer. A strong, deep voice calls for you. What name does it call? It calls for... Ooh, woo. That's right. It calls for... Ooh, woo. It's dark and warm. You feel yourself listlessly float along an unseen current. Ooh, woo. You hear a voice calling out to you, deep and commanding. A shiver runs through your spine. Is that what it is? Have you always had it? The voice calls again. Ew, woo. From my blood, you are born. Let the life which flows through me be given to you. Let the beautiful red take form and become solid. Let it birth a servant who will carry out my will. I will call you forth once again. Ew, woo. You feel your body rush towards the surface with such force that you gasp, and for the first time, the sweet, piercing air hits your throat. Everything about you is so heavy and clumsy, like a dying fish. You gasp and flail. The once calm current is abandoned, and you are thrust into what can only be certain madness. It's awful. Who would dare pull you from that comforting darkness? You open your eyes. Hot damn! Ah! A man stands before you. He's probably the hottest guy you've ever seen. I mean, he's the only guy you've ever seen, but you're still sure he's the hottest. He stands in a pool of red liquid blood. Yes, that's right. It's blood. He stands up to his thighs in the deep red. His 6 eyes stare down at you. Suddenly, you are quite aware of how insignificant you are. How small you are in comparison to this confident and commanding man. Slowly, you bow before him, for that is what his fierceness demands. A smile spreads across his face, blood oozing out from the corners of his mouth. I didn't expect my next emissary to be so, what is the word? Underwhelming. But I suppose you shall have to do. Not everyone can be like Scoth after all. He smiles again. Ah, what a lovely smile. Your heart beats just a bit faster. What a strange sensation. The man walks up to you, his movements so fluid and controlled that the blood barely ripples. His fine robes drag through the viscous fluid, staining the white a brilliant red. I am your lord and master, your end and beginning. I am the blood god. The blood god? Sounds nifty. You raise your head a little more, trying to get a better glimpse at his bare chest. Rawr. Listen closely, my servant. I have a task for you. He has a grim look on his face, with all 6 eyes fixed on you. The weight of it is enormous. You lower your head once more. I need you to find 3 of my former servants. These traitors fled to another realm, defying my order and refusing to bring me blood sacrifices. Go, find them, and bring back their blood. This is the task I bequeath to you. Ew, okay, that seems pretty simple, except for a lot of things, but whatever you say, blood god. Best clarify a few things. By bring back their blood, you mean... A smile spreads across the blood god's face. It would maybe be angelic if it wasn't for the sheer malice in his voice. Kill them. If you are able to end their lives, they will turn back into blood and return to me. They've been separated from me for far too long. He frowns, observing the blood around his thighs. My powers have dwindled. I put too much of myself into them. But live and learn. I am correcting the mistake now. You, on the other hand. He walks forward, running his fingers carefully across your cheek, leaving a thin trail of blood. Doki doki. You are the perfect creation, strong enough certainly to bring them down. But your mind. The blood god gives your forehead an affectionate flick, laughing softly as he watches the confusion on your face. Your mind is not so complicated. You are loyal to me and me alone, the perfect servant. You should feel honored. It took a great deal of time, effort, and love to put you together, my dear. Ooh, ooh. It feels a little like he's making fun of you, but then again, you were literally born 3 minutes ago. Maybe this is normal. You try to ponder the idea more, but your thoughts slip through your fingers like the red liquid you stand in. Yeah, matters not. This is your master after all. Who are you to betray him? Who are you? Ew, ew. The authority in his voice pulls you from your thoughts. You focus on him once more. Do you understand your task? We will carry out my bidding and bring back the blood of those who have forsaken me. Oh. Yeah, sure, why not? Yes, master, I will bring back your servants. The blood god looks pleased. He smiles at you once more. Smart child. He raises his hand and quickly sketches out a complex sign that your eyes can barely follow. The blood that had been so lazily circling suddenly jolts to life. In great streams, it rises above the blood god's head and forms what looks like a swirling portal. The vibrant reds are almost hypnotic. They mix and separate in an endless dance. He turned back to you now. This shall take you to the other world. There you will locate my 3 former servants. You shall know when you see them, for the blood within you, my blood, will alert you to their presence. Now, go. You rise to your feet, wobbling slightly at first before regaining your footing. What a strange feeling movement is. Lugging this heavy body with you is a constant battle with gravity, but the blood god's orders are absolute. You must go. The blood god stops in front of the swirling blood vortex. He gently takes your face between his hands and leans in close, so close you can see the 6 pupils of all his eyes. What a beautiful shade of red his eyes are. Remember now, dearest Uwu, if you ever betray me, if that thought ever somehow makes it into the empty little head of yours, I will not hesitate to turn you back into blood. Is that clear? There's a lump in your throat that cannot be swallowed. Instead, you manage to stiflingly nod your head. Good child. He gives your forehead a quick, almost warm peck. He kissed me! The next instant, you feel yourself lifted from your feet and the vortex quickly sucks you into its gaping maw. What feels like ages, you tumble through the red beast, up, down, left, right, clockwise, counterclockwise, then a little bit to the left again. And finally, with a thud that surely would have cracked a normal human skull, you land in the middle of a darkened street. It appears to be night. The cold moon hangs high in the night, watching as you, the newest arrival, stumble to your feet. What a fateful encounters will you have under this black and starry sky. Oh, huh. I can just straight up go home. Okay, I'm just gonna go home. Why would you do that? Oh! Oh no! Well, we're going back. Alright, let's go to the dump. You decide to go to the dump. Lord knows why. You walk through town, past the cute little buildings with darkened windows, past the water fountain which now runs dry, and past the closed shops who still tempt you with brightly painted signs. The path leads you to the outskirts, where gentle lights flicker on and off. Clearly, this part of town is not as well maintained. A large fence looms before you, the top covered with barbed wires. A sign some feet away warns of electrocution. Certainly, trespassers are not allowed, but being a creature of blood, these things do not frighten you. Additionally, the gate to the junkyard is just wide open. I mean, considering a creature of blood is literally just made out of iron and water, I'm pretty sure that getting electrocuted would not be fun. Security sure is tight around here. Yep. Casually, he waltzed into the enclosed area, admiring the scrap pieces which litter the yard. A sad-looking bicycle sits in one of the nearby piles. Out of curiosity, you ring the little bell. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Its sad requiem echoes through the junkyard. Rest in peace, little bike. Another shiny object catches your eyes. Wonder what that could be. You're about to walk towards it when suddenly an unseen figure grabs you from behind. Oh, this is how you're gonna greet me, good sir. You struggle valiantly against them, but the grip only tightens around your arm. Pain. Ah, yes, that's what it is. It hurts. In a good way. Ah! The figure spins you around and suddenly you are face to face with your attacker. Hi! Oh, you're very close to comfort. Well, hello there. Hi? The man that is gripping your arm has dark hair and piercing green eyes. Well, he's no blood god, but he's not bad looking either. You feel the pain lessen a little. However, he continues to hold you tightly, a suspicious look on his face. You feel the blood within you grow restless. It flows quickly. It writhes. Could this man be? Who are you, and what are you doing in my junkyard? His voice is quiet, yet demanding. This is his junkyard? You take a look around, noticing several cardboard boxes have been stacked in the shape of a house. Could he actually live here? In the trash? How sad. You look at this man with something like pity in your eyes. He seems to have not noticed. Hey! I'll have you know that this is some top quality real estate right here. 5 acres of land all to myself. I don't have to pay rent and it's way from the noise of the city. Are you sure? I mean, I'm pretty sure the dump trucks are like pretty loud and your dump truck is screaming the loudest to me. Besides, I would be caught dead in some pretty little suburb house. Ooh, you have a white picket fence, a yard, 2.5 children. Don't make me puke. That ain't living. I would assume that half a child would not be alive. Oh my blood god, he is still talking. No, I don't want the kind of life the media says I should live. Nah, not for me. Not for Luciphine. His name is Luciphine? What? And he is still talking! You gotta get out of that sheltered city life. Live moment to moment. That's what it really means to be alive. Oh god. I can tell. You're just some lost soul, right? Live for too long than pampered city life. Come to learn from the master how to truly live, right? Luciphine releases your arm. It's sore, but there's not even a sign of a bruise. Well, you're not even sure if you do bruise, so whatever. You're a creature made out of blood. I would assume you would bruise very easily. Smiling at you with bright and excited eyes, Luciphine's demeanor has done a complete 180. So, my little chickadee, what would you like to learn first? Perhaps you'd like to learn how best to collect rainwater, or how to scavenge the most edible food from the trash heaps. Or perhaps you'd like a lesson in some of the more intimate arts. Oh yes! Yes! Lean towards you with seductive eyes, Luciphine pulls you closer, his fingers tilting your chin up, forcing you to face him. My, where did this all come from? Well, I assure you that a night with me is one you will never forget. Oh, punch him, or punch him harder. I will punch him with all the force. The freaking nerve of this man. Kill him, kill him. Murderous rage courses through your veins. All you can see is red. You channel all of your power that resides within you. Without thinking, you strike out at Luciphine, fist flying. Oh, poo! You rocket him off the stratosphere! my god! What the frick? There you go! Into space! It must have landed on the moon by now! Or maybe just the other side of town. Yeah, you really don't know your strength. Fortunately, you can sense that he's still alive. Well, I guess it would be that easy to kill a being made from the blood god, but damn. Now you have to go track him down, and boy, will he ever be looking for a fight. Things just got a lot more difficult. Nervously, you hold the arm he gripped so tightly earlier. Pooh. This guy won't go down easy. Somehow, you need to get the jump on him. If only he didn't know you were an enemy. Ah, well, no helping it now. Walking out the junkyard, you analyze the trajectory of your punch and figure he must be at the back of the water fountain. Maybe, if you're quick enough, you can catch him in a daze. You begin to sprint back to town. Mega Newton punch ending? I'm sorry? Okay, what happens if I just punch him with, you know, just all caps punch him? What the frick? Who the heck does he think he is? You just got here and he's already tried to put the moves on you? Feeling embarrassed and indignant, you quickly jab him with a right hook. Yeah! Lucifine releases you and staggers back a few steps. Your punch connected solidly with his stomach, and the effects are clear. Doubled over, his legs shake, looking as though they give any second now. But somehow he remains standing and regains his breath. A triumphant smile adorns his face and his eyes sparkle brightly. What in the... Is he a masochist? Good. Wow. Have you been trained? I've never felt a punch like that before. Amazing. I really have found someone incredible. Hey, will you spar with me some more later? The man is suddenly bubbling with excitement, and the way he looks at you, it's as if you were the most exciting piece of junk in his yard. A warm feeling spreads to your chest, and somehow it becomes more difficult to meet his gaze. It's not such a bad feeling, though, having him look at you like this. Nah, it's not so bad at all. Lucifine walks towards you. Unconsciously, you put up your fist again. He laughs and gently tussles your hair. Yeah, this feels nice too. I know better than to mess with you. Sorry about earlier. That was honestly a joke. I'm not the kind of person to do that with someone. I just met. He places his hand gently against the small of your back and begins to lead you towards the cardboard house. You notice a faint light shining from within. Huh, maybe it's roomier than it looks. I think you should stay with me tonight. It's too cold to let you keep wandering around. I only have one foot on, but it's pretty large if I do say so myself. Plus, I have a spare blanket. It should keep you warm. Tomorrow, I'll introduce you to the boss. I'm sure he'll be pleased to have you on the board. Huh, partner? Lucifine casually places his arms around your shoulder, simply ecstatic. He continues to chatter on happily. You welcome the warmth of his house and feel yourself blush as he continues to compliment you. But you could tell he was holding back before. After all, when he first caught you, it was impossible to escape that grip. You're supposed to kill this man, right? But the blood god must have underestimated him. He's far too strong to take on head to head. Somehow, you have to catch him by surprise. These thoughts begin to fade, however, when he once again tussles your hair. Such a nice feeling. Well, the blood god never did give you a time limit. Maybe joining up with this guy won't be such a bad idea. This way, you can bide your time, wait until he fully trusts you, and then what? Oh! The heartwarming ending. Neat. All right, let's go for our next ending. Okay, this time with minimal strength. Let's go. You lightly tap him on the chest with your fist, a look of uncertainty and anxiety on your face. You're not used to such arousing actions after all. A little too stimulating, I guess. Your eyes begin to tear. Seeing this, Lucifine immediately drops his hands to his sides and offers you a teasing smile. Relax, relax. I was just kidding. I wouldn't seriously lay my hands on someone I just met. I'm not that kind of guy. He sighs and takes a step back from you. Rubbing his neck awkwardly, Lucifine looks around him, examining the piles of junk before settling his gaze on his cardboard house. Well, anyway, you could stay with me for the time being. I only have one foot on, but it's pretty large. Can't leave you in the cold after all, right? You follow him over to his house. It looks a little roomier than you originally thought. The tears have dried from your eyes now, and your heart returned to its normal rhythm. This man, is he really someone you need to kill? He's so strong. Will you be able to take him down? You'd have to get him to let his guard down somehow. Luciphine stops in front of the entrance, beckoning you in. Yeah, guess first, huh? What a gentleman. Sleep for now. In the morning, I'll introduce you to the boss. You have to work to earn your keep, after all. Boss? Who could that be? Neutral ending. Alright, let's go look for the other dudes. Right, to the cafe, I guess. You choose to go to the cafe. There's a rumbling in your stomach that you don't understand when you see the place, and you feel going there will satisfy it. Maybe. You walk through the town, admiring the stout, colorful buildings that are bright even under pale moonlight. You don't have to go far to get to a small building that has a petite sign labeled Cafe in swirly pink letters. In finer print on the small sign are the words, a wide selection of butlers! Is this a butler cafe? What is a butler? You have no clue, but the first part of that word makes you hopeful. Oh my god! You walk in through the front door and are forced to a stop by a man in a black suit. He holds up a gloved hand to you and then apologizes for the crowds in the cafe. I don't see anyone in here. He tells you there is only one possible seating area for you, and you take it, still not knowing what the heck a butler is or what is served at a cafe. He leads you to a small table that has a cute little teapot and a fancy sheet of paper that lists out all kinds of exquisite sounding things. Cinnamon creme cake, twisted lemon pie, and a 3-layer cookie sandwich. You feel your mouth start to water. Oh my god, that man is making my mouth water. Hello, valued customer. Hello. A man stands before you, white hair, a startling contrast to his dark skin. His eyes gleam at you innocently, brightly. His suit is lighter than the others, but still warm and compliments you. His sparkly features. For some reason, your mouth keeps watering. Is this the butler? Hubba. My name is Beelzebub. His name is Beelzebub. I'm sorry. You can just call me Beelz or Babe. I'll be taking care of you today. If you have any questions on the menu, please don't be afraid to ask me. He pauses and a shadow falls over his face. There is also... no, I shouldn't say. You think that his falling silent is suspicious, and because the blood god had sent you on a mission, your curiosity is essential, right? You're doing this for the blood god because he is the most important. You was what Beelzebub wanted to say. It's just... I was working in the kitchens earlier. I made a special dessert. I was trying to come up with something special for my next guest, but my cooking isn't that great. You look at his chocolate skin, his pale eyes, and you wonder if his cooking tastes as good as he looks. You insist on trying his newest dish. Not for you, for the blood god. Obviously, you just need to get on this guy's good side. But when his eyes sparkle even more and his expression brightens, you can't help but feel your heart thump. Is this? Yeah, you can feel that the blood in him is the same as yours. He's one of the men you need to capture for the blood god. Maybe that's why you want to eat him. Oh, really? Is that the only reason why you want to eat him? I mean, I have a feeling that the blood god wants to eat him in other ways too. Wouldn't that be self-sus though? Probably. Beelzebub leaves and returns with a special dessert for his first guest of the night. You wonder how you can be the first guest. Do others suspect Beelzebub of being bloodspawn like yourself? Or are they intimidated by his stupidly bright and attractive smile? Beelzebub returns with a dessert that makes your eyes go wider. Oh my god, that's even sexier than Beelzebub! Da-da-dum! This is my special white chocolate cheesecake with homemade chocolate caramel. Yep, definitely better than Beelzebub. He pauses to look at you and then hides behind the tray he's carrying, eyes suddenly fearful as you reach to take a bite out of the majestic glazed thing in front of you. You take a bite and the taste in your mouth makes your body soar. It is a combination of rough and sweet, gushy and soft. The white cream is sensational. The chunks of white chocolate is a blessing against your throat. Is this all an innuendo? It sounds like it's all an innuendo. And then you suddenly taste it. Something bitter, harsh, something that coils in your chest like a snake. Poison. But it can't harm you. Beelzebub stares at you, eyes wide and full of tears. It's okay, right? He asks hopefully. The poison runs through your system and does nothing. You are a creature of blood. The blood god's royal servant. The poison can't harm you. You stare up at Beelzebub, who is on the verge of tears. Did he poison you on purpose? His eyes seem to tell a different story. Accuse him of poisoning you and stab him with a fork. Compliment his cake and thank him. Seductively finish eating the cake. We're gonna get to being seductive in just a bit. So I'm going to accuse him of poisoning me. How dare he? Any little bit of sentimentality and guilt you have bundled up within you disappears as your blood boils over. You can actually feel the blood bubbling up inside of you, and Beelzebub looks terrified. And then you pick up your fork, and in a spontaneous fit of anger, hey, you thought this guy looked tasty, you stabbed him with your fork. But wait, what? Beelzebub catches the stabbing motion with his tray. Well, son, looks like this guy has got some damn fine reflexes. You notice that he's still crying as you jump on the table and raise your fork again. I'm sorry, he bawls, tears still oozing out of his eyes. I don't mean to make the food taste that way. Everything I make is like that. He dodges a few of your hits, using his tray as a shield, but eventually you one-up him by picking up the butter knife on the table and start stabbing that babe. You don't know your own strength and apparently the limitations of butter knives because you stabbed the guy right through the freaking chest. Blood spurts up between Beelzebub's lips as he stares at you. Wide-eyed, he utters one last sentence. Sorry, valued customer. He collapses onto the ground. You stare at his writhing body with a look of disdain on your face. Well, Pooh, there goes your undercover subtlety. You hear the people in the cafe start to scream. Murderer, they say. You arm yourself with your knife and your fork and turn to the witnesses. Well, you already screwed up, so better get rid of all the witnesses. Death and destruction, yes! Okay, I will compliment him for his cake and thank him. You push the cake away from you and manage a smile that attempts to mirror his. Yours feels weird and sticky though, with cake at the edge of your mouth. Awkwardly, you thank him. Beelzebub stares at you. You actually like it? He says, sounding flabbergasted. Tears once again appears in his eyes as he leans forward and takes your hand. Valued customer, you are my newest treasured guest. He gets down on one knee and you stare at him with confusion. What the heck is he doing? But Beelzebub just keeps shaking your hands. That's amazing. I mean, no one ever likes my food. I mean, they do, but then there's the taste that I just can't get rid of. Poison? You look at the delicious white cake, not understanding. Not really. How the heck is someone not able to get rid of the taste of poison? Is this guy messing with you? Maybe he's a lot smarter, a lot more conniving than you give him credit for. Beelzebub rises and his smile is so bright and shiny. It's almost like the freaking sun is shining right in your face. You feel yourself blink back, overwhelmed tears, but you're pretty sure you're smiling. Treasured customer, may I have your name? He pauses and listens, then he smiles. Uwu, that's a wonderful name. I do not regret naming myself Uwu here. Much better than mine. Never liked the name I was given. Anyways, if you stay here, I can get you some drinks and food on the house. Nah, I insist. I'll pay. Think of it as a treat. He pauses again as you try to explain your situation, and that you currently have nowhere to go back to. A confident expression comes onto his face. You're just like me. The manager lets me live upstairs since there are extra rooms. I'll try asking him for you too. So as long as you're willing to work here, anything for a friend? I hope you don't mind me calling you a friend. Uwu. You know, like, the uwu, like, it recontextualizes so much. And I don't know how to feel about it. Beelzebub walks off, totally forgetting the rest of your order as he skips off with a joyous bounce in his step. You stare after him, all according to plan, right? This way you can be closer to him, close enough to earn his trust and kill him. Well, I've already killed him earlier. Like, it was probably easiest to get rid of. Your heart sinks a little, just a little. But then you smile again. It's okay. You've got some time. You don't have to kill him right now. Undercover subtlety, right? Yes! Neutral ending. Huh. I'm gonna go for the seductive ending. Oh, I'm going to seductively finish the cake. Ah, yes. An idea occurs to you as you watch the rest of the cafe's occupants. Many of them are girls that are batting their eyelashes and giggling at the butlers as they serve them food. Some of the butlers just laugh it off, but the others are clearly flushed. Just doing such things weaken them. Maybe it can kill 2 flies with 1 stone. You have yourself up on the table, plate on one knee, fork poised elegantly in front of you, and then you slowly continue eating the cake, letting your tongue linger purposefully on the silver prongs. When you press your lips together, you let your tongue run over the creamy white of the cake settled on your lips. Oh, yes. Oh, Beelzebub's cake. Oh, yes. And you manage what you think is a pretty good smile and even lazily bat your eyelashes. You weren't sure of Beelzebub's reaction, but you do know that he seems very different. He's staring at you with wide eyes, a severe crimson tinting his cheeks. He is also speaking, but his words are incoherent, and you realize he's stuttering. Finally, he speaks. What are you doing? He squeaks with a nervous laugh. For some reason, you find the blush on his dark face oddly alluring. You glance briefly to the side, noticing one of the butlers taking a woman's hand, and so you stand up and take Beelzebub's hand. Look at him seriously. Oh, God, he says. He looks faint and a little too hot. He looks like he might fall over. You steady him and look into his eyes. For a few moments, the two of you stare at each other, and Beelzebub doesn't say anything. Then he slowly raises his hand and laughs a little shakily. Sorry, I'm not very good at that. Well, I can show you many things, Beelzebub. His face is still bright red, but it is, well, kind of cute. Cute? Yeah, because he's not the same hot damned blood goddess, clearly. Anyways, I'm very glad you like my cake, dear customer. Treasured customer. He smiles again brightly. No one usually likes my food. I mean, they like it, but then there's that taste that just happens that I just can't get rid of. Poison? You can't get rid of the taste of poison? What kind of man is he? He may be more dangerous than you thought. Was it an accident or was he testing you? He asks for your name and you give it. Beelzebub smiles at you brightly. Ooh, that's a beautiful name. A lot better than mine. Anyways, if you stay here, I can get you some drinks and food on the house. No, I insist. I'll pay. Think of it as a treat. He pauses again as you try to explain your situation and that you currently have nowhere to leave. A confident expression comes onto his face. You're just like me. The manager lets me live upstairs since there are actual rooms. I'll try asking him for you too. So as long as you're willing to work here, anything for a friend? I hope you don't mind me calling you a friend, Uwu. Beelzebub walks off with a skip in his step, even though he still looks a little dazed. He glances back at you, a little shyly before disappearing somewhere in the back. You feel a little floaty on the inside, and you're pretty sure it's not the cake. The one taste, poison, is still on your tongue, giving you mixed feelings. But Beelzebub looked, well, not very guilty of a crime. He looked innocent, and that gives you some kind of hope. But for what? Aren't you supposed to kill this guy? You sigh out a little as you look at the rest of the white cake. You pick up your fork and munch on some of the chocolate bits, deep in thought. Oh, conflicted emotions ending. Oh! I just noticed Beelzebub like in the corner. Holy heck. Alright, so one last place to head off to. Let's head to the pet store. You turn the corner and see a man standing about halfway down the street from you. Oh my God, you have cake! He's bathed in the light from the store he's staring into. It's a lovely natural blue-green that somehow reminds you of the calm and cooling color of the ocean you've never seen. The man standing there doesn't move as you approach. He just stares into the window solemnly. He looks a little depressed. You're not sure you want to get involved in this guy's business. Alright, fine. You go see what he's doing. It's for the blood god, so you might as well, right? You walk over to him, and the closer you get, the closer you can see the sadness in his eyes. The longing. The sheer and utter heartbreak. What the heck could he even be looking at? You stop beside him and look into the store window. Wait, what is that? Your precious blood god obviously did not prepare you for this. It's a Lacerta agilis. What? The guy next to you suddenly speaks. He still sounds sad. So sad. You didn't really expect him to just start talking like this. Why does he think you care at all? You turn away from the frightening scale creature to look up at the guy next to you. He's eyeing you with a forlorn expression. Well, was that supposed to be sad? Are you supposed to have any clue what he means by Lacerta agilis? You ask him to clarify. A Lacerta agilis, a sand lizard. They usually aren't bred for captivity, and when they are, it's only for reintroduction to the wild. It's a terrible thing that it has to be kept in a cage like this. I'm concerned about its well-being. Will he get sick, depressed, and die? Apparently he's decided that you care, which you don't. Not at all. Not until you take a step back and get a good, long, hard look at him, that is. Your first impression is that his fashion sense is terrible. Look at the color scheme! And he's wearing a scarf on a night like this? It's not hot, but it's definitely not cold enough for whatever he's wearing. Someone's gonna get a heat stroke. But who? Oh my god, that cake! Those jeans, they shove his fine butt like no other. You can approve of those jeans at least. And that booty. Oh my god. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought, but I care about the lizard thing, really. Or nice butt. I gotta go for the nice butt first, because why not? You decide to do the polite thing and compliment him on his physique. Yes, it is nice, isn't it? But a body this fine is both a gift and a curse. He looks behind him, examining his own rear in a curved boot butt pose that gives you a very good show of exactly how flexible he is. Oh my god, is he gonna show me exactly how flexible he is later? Gosh darn, it's rather impressive actually. You'd think this guy could probably use some compliments because he seems so unexcited about his own butt. You compliment him on his pose as well before asking him his name. I am called... His name is Astaroth! Oh my god! I am Astaroth. It is not a name I freely give to strangers, but I'm happy to share it with someone who is a fellow reptile enthusiast. Where the frick is he getting that idea from? Has your sarcasm and disinterest not been clear enough? Right, fine, whatever. You suppose his dedication to the creature is kinda endearing, but he'd be cuter if he smiled. But sure, you'll go with the flow. From now on, you're a reptile enthusiast. Astaroth, huh? You call him Butt. Because of that butt. All that's important is that he's definitely one of the guys you're after. You smile slowly as you realize that you will soon return his blood to the blood god. This task is going well, you think. All you need to do is to get him to let his guard down. You tell him that yes, you're fond of reptiles. That is why you're standing outside the pet store in the middle of the night. He seems satisfied. He's kind of an idiot, isn't he? All the blood has rushed down to his butt. Nowhere else. You remind me of myself. What is your name? You cheerfully give him your name. Tell me, do you have a favorite type of turtle? Whoops, where did that come from? He's jumping all over the place with these questions. Oh my gosh. Oh god. You're a freaking nerd, but you're hot. Let's get this over with. Come on, we don't have all night. You've got no time for this. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's straight up go for the gold. You demand that he surrender his booty to you. He looks a little shocked before he shakes his head and sighs heavily. His shoulders slump. Whatever vigor he had due to the reptile talk vanishes almost immediately. But on the plus side, so does the reptile talk. Not again. I simply cannot go anywhere without someone demanding such things from me. Like, I demand the booty, Astaroth! Get me the damn booty! So this is something that happens a lot. Regardless, you stand strong. This is what you want. You're not going to give up so easily. And maybe you can get him to let his guard down at some point. But for now, you're just going to put that on the back burner. That's a bonus if it happens. He studies you quietly before sighing again. Fine, I suppose I have no plans for this evening. I get the booty! Well, really? You're Brian immediately. This might be the best thing to happen to you today. And today was the day you were literally created from nothing. Hot diggity! They move closer to him. Hiss. Oh, blood god, what is that? A slithery black creature lunges from beneath the booty scarf. The moment you get too close, it narrowly misses you with its pointed fangs. You cry out and move back, your heart pounding. Whatever it is, that thing is angry. Booty reaches up and strokes his scaly head, calming the thing down. Good blood god. How can he touch it like that? It looks cute. What are you talking about? There, Snake. Oh, he called it Snake! It's perfectly alright. There's no need to worry. Its name is Snake! This is my snake friend, Snake. I'm sorry, but he's rather overprotective. I hope it didn't startle you. You admit that he startled you, but only just a little. You're not going to say that the blood is still pumping in your ears, and that you can still feel your hands trembling. You say that maybe now is not a good time with the snake around. Besides, the mood was sort of killed anyway. He agrees with you, keeping a careful hand near Snake's head in case the thing decides to strike again. He suggests that the two of you meet some other time. Yeah, that could work. You agree happily and decide to meet him in the very same place the next morning. You say your goodbyes, you even say goodbye to the snake, and then you both go your separate ways. You're a little disappointed, but honestly, this could have gone worse. This seems like the start of something good. Oh my god, I got pee-pee blocked by a snake. Oh. Alright, we're back here. I suppose we'll go for the first option. I didn't mean to interrupt your thoughts, but I care about that lizard thing. Really, what is your name? I am called Astaroth. It is not a name I freely give to strangers, but I'm happy to share it with someone who is a fellow reptile enthusiast. Where the frick is he getting that idea from? Has your sarcasm and disinterest not been clear enough? Right, fine, whatever. You suppose that's dedication to little creatures, kind of endearing, but he'd be cuter if he smiled. But sure, you'll go with the flow. From now on, you're a reptile enthusiast. Astaroth, huh? You'll call him Booty. Because of that booty. Well, that's important is that he's definitely one of the guys you're after. Alright, let's get to the next choice. Okay, what's my favorite kind of turtle? I'd say it's that poopy one in the window right there. Yeah, you got this. You can pretend to be a reptile expert. How hard could it be? You point at the ugly guy in the window. The one with the face. The same one that you saw earlier. You tell Booty that is your favorite turtle. You look at him with a confident grin. But oh no, he's not grinning in return. He is not grinning at all. The Lacerta Gillis is no turtle. He says this with an ice in his voice that you have not heard until just now. It sends shudders up your spine. Not the good kind. It is the kind that sends every nerve in your blood-filled body into danger mode. His eyes are trained on your face, and for the first time, you see him express a genuine and clear emotion. Anger. You quickly try to backtrack. It's a joke, you say. You were kidding, of course. Of course you know what a turtle is! Everyone knows what a turtle is. Why wouldn't you know? This thing in the window was clearly, obviously not a turtle! Turtles are different! They're better? Nah, they're not better, it's different. They're just not the same, that's all. Booty doesn't seem convinced. He's gone silent. You try to redeem yourself. You let your words fall off. There's not really much else you can say. You laugh nervously. You're no human, he says. He lunges forward. You flip your poo. It's so sudden. He's fast and tall, and he's raising his hand towards you, and there's something black and dart-like shooting out of his sleeve. Oh, blood god, not again! Not another scaly creature in your face! Haven't you had enough of this for one lifetime? The slithery creature wraps around you in a flash. Your arms are tied behind your back. You stumble over your own feet and topple backwards. Booty catches you by the front of your shirt before you fall. Then he leans forward, studying you with suspicion. You can't move, held by the black creature. At least at this distance, you can see his eyes sparkle in the light of the store. Sparkling with anger, true, but sparkling nonetheless. Who are you? And what are you doing here? You honestly didn't know how to answer that. Like, heck, if you're going to tell him the truth, of course he's not satisfied. Very well, I will deal with you. Move, thing. Start walking. Otherwise, Snake will bite you. He is lethally venomous. He gathers you up so you can regain your balance, then pushes your shoulder until you start walking. Defeated, you start to walk, stumbling down the road. What does he think he's going to do with you? Lock you up? You get the feeling he doesn't know you're of the blood god, but you're sure he won't like it if he finds out. You glare angrily at the road in front of you. This was not at all how you wanted this day to go. Kidnapped and by a huge freaking nerd too. Wait, did he say Snake? He just freaking kidnapped you. Oh man, all right. Oh, one more ending to this. Oh yeah, my favorite kind of turtle. I like all turtles. You know, the big ones, the small ones, the ones with teeth. You attempt to bull your way through knowing what a turtle is. It's obviously something Ass is interested in, and you don't want to speak about it confidently. He seems satisfied, but he shakes his head just a little at your response. Turtles do not have teeth. You really? You think for a second that he might be onto you. He might have picked up on the fact that you have literally no idea what you're talking about. Uh-oh. You take a step back to maybe start to run away. But wait, you stop. Is that fondness in his voice? It's hard to tell since he's not smiling. Is he amused or just as bored looking as ever? You stare. Turtles have beaks, you know? It is a common misconception, especially among casual appreciators. I can forgive it though. Clearly you are trying. You literally cannot tell if he's joking or not. Is he smiling now? Is that a smile? Nah, you decide it's not. It's probably just a trick of the light. You strike me as someone who would enjoy learning more about reptiles. I would like to see you again. Would you meet me sometime so that we can talk again? There aren't many people who enjoy listening to what I have to say. Perfect! An opportunity. Thank the blood god. Maybe we can get this over with faster than you were expecting. Good. You're not sure you can stand this guy's obsessive reptile talk any longer. Pain is a new sensation to you, but you're absolutely certain there's no worse pain than what you're enduring right now. You quickly agree and ask him the time and place. The time is tomorrow morning. The place is right here again. With that said, you both agree to go your separate ways. For now. You don't have any idea where he's going to go or what you're going to do in the meantime, but it doesn't matter. You'll see him tomorrow, for sure. You're actually a little excited as you walk away. Excited to look back at and see him leave, that is. Damn, that butt. You have to stop and stare, and as you do, you frown just a bit. He looks sort of lonely, walking alone into the night by himself. Maybe you're actually looking forward to seeing him again tomorrow. Well, maybe. Ah, he likes you. Alright. One last ending to go, and I know it's probably gonna lead to death. Alright, Buster. I know you wanted me to off like all these hot dudes, but no, I cannot. The blood that's been languidly swirling around you suddenly stills. A shadow has darkened the beautiful face of the blood god, yet still you see a glint of red anger from one of his eyes. Ah, pooh. Before you can utter a word of apology or explanation, he is upon you. Eyes flashing, mouth pulled into what can only be described as a beautiful, ugly, fright, arousing grin. He thrusts his hand into your chest. You inhale sharply, feeling his palm rest against your newly formed heart. Huh. Seems I made a mistake somewhere along the line. Oh well. These things happen. No hard feelings, alright? I'll just have to make you again. And again. And again. Until I have the proper level of loyalty instilled in you. Now, please, be patient as I take you apart. I promise, it won't hurt a bit. You feel his hand tighten. What a freaking liar! This hurts like a bleh! You can't even find the strength to fight against him. After a few agonizing minutes, something inside of you burst. Your heart? Yeah, that was probably it. But there's no time to concern yourself with which organ he destroyed. You already feel your essence grow weaker and your form lose shape. Vision blurry, you sink back into the blood. The last thing you see is the blood god looking a little puzzled, but mostly disappointed. Oh, it's a premature end. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to play this for yourself, link to the game will be in the description below. I actually really enjoyed this. Oh gosh, it's what can I say? I'm a sucker for hot demons. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lionel signing off. Ciao.